Once upon a time, there was a king and queen named Laius and Jocasta. They ruled over the city of Thebes, right next to Mount Cithaeron. One day, they went to the temple of Apollo in Delphi to hear their fortune read. The oracle of Apollo told them a terrible prophecy. Your son shall grow up to kill his father and marry his mother. So naturally, doing what any loving parent would do, Laius and Jocasta drove spikes into their child's heels and gave him to a shepherd with orders to abandon him on Mount Cithaeron. When the Theban shepherd got to the mountain, he took pity on the child, and instead of abandoning him, the shepherd from Thebes gave the child to another shepherd from Corinth. The Corinthian shepherd took the child back to Corinth with him. Knowing the rulers of Corinth wanted children but could have none, the shepherd decided to give the baby to the king and queen, Polybus and Merope. Polybus removed the spikes from the child's heels and named him Oedipus, or swollen foot. Oedipus had a happy childhood and grew up into a strong young man, never knowing that he was adopted. But then one day, after having one too many drinks at a party, someone told Oedipus that Polybus and Merope were not his real parents. Oedipus then went straight to his parents and asked if they were actually his blood parents. They lied and said of course they were. Oedipus believed them. However, he was still a bit shaken, so he went to Delphi to see the oracle of Apollo. She told him that he would murder his father and marry his mother. Oedipus didn't want this. Oedipus left Delphi and traveled to Thebes, hoping to avoid the prophecy. On his way to Thebes, Oedipus got in a small fight with a group of travelers he met at a crossroads. He settled the dispute in the most diplomatic way he knew how. He killed them all, except for one servant who hid himself from Oedipus and got away. Far off in the city of Thebes, there was a great monster called the Sphinx terrorizing the people. The Sphinx would ask her victims a riddle, and if they did not answer correctly, they would be eaten. The king of Thebes offered the throne as well as the hand of his sister to anyone who could solve the Sphinx's riddle. When Oedipus made it to Thebes, he decided to try and solve the riddle. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? Oedipus paused for a moment and then answered, Man. The Sphinx was furious that someone had solved her riddle, and in a fit of rage, threw herself off the nearest cliff. Creon happily gave Oedipus his crown and promised his sister Jocasta to Oedipus. 20 years later, Oedipus was the king of a thriving city, his people loved him, he had a wonderful wife, and he was the father of 4 adoring children. But suddenly, a great plague struck Thebes, and nobody knew why. Oedipus sent Creon to Delphi to ask the oracle of Apollo for information. When he returned, he had troubling news. The reason for the plague was because the murderer of Laius, the former king, was still living in the city. Oedipus was outraged that a criminal was still at large after all of this time. Creon suggested that they summon the blind prophet Tiresias to solve the matter. After Tiresias arrived, Oedipus tried to get him to reveal the identity of the murderer, to no avail. Oedipus lost his temper and started insulting the prophet, and out of anger, Tiresias accused him of being the murderer. Outraged, Oedipus accused Tiresias of being involved in a plan to usurp the throne of Thebes. The prophet was dismissed, and Oedipus then summoned Creon and accused him of the same. Why would I want the throne? I already have all of the privileges without the responsibility, Creon argued. Oedipus was not thinking straight and demanded Creon be killed for treason. Jocasta intervened and diffused the situation by saying that prophecies mean nothing. She tells Oedipus of the prophecy she and Laius received. As Jocasta described the events of Laius' death, Oedipus realized that he could have actually been the murderer of Laius. He immediately sent for the servant who witnessed the event to clarify what had happened. While they were waiting for the witness, a shepherd from Corinth arrived with news for Oedipus. He told Oedipus that his father, King Polybus, had just passed, and the Corinthians wanted Oedipus to be their king. Oedipus realized that the prophecy that the oracle gave him did not come true. He did not kill his father, but he was still weary of the second part. He didn't want to risk marrying his mother. He told the Corinthian shepherd this, but the shepherd told him that he wouldn't need to worry. Polybus and Merope are not your real parents, he told Oedipus. I brought you to them when you were still a baby. This surprised and confused Oedipus. He asked the shepherd where he was found, but the shepherd did not know. The witness arrived, and the shepherd recognized him. This was the man who gave baby Oedipus to him. Oedipus then asked the Theban shepherd where he came from, but Jocasta begged him not to ask any more questions. Oedipus refused. He needed to know the truth. This made the queen so upset that she stormed off unceremoniously. Oedipus, thinking that her actions were because of her pride, continued the interrogation. The Theban shepherd finally cracked and told Oedipus that he was the son of Laius, and he was the one who killed him at the crossroad. Oedipus realized that the prophecy had come true. He ran to find Jocasta. He frantically searched everywhere for her. He finally found her in her bedroom, hanging from her bedpost. He took her down, and in a wave of grief and anguish, ripped the pans from her clothes and blinded himself with them. After finding out what had happened, Creon reluctantly banished Oedipus to Mount Cithara. And thus ends the story of Oedipus the king.